I'm asking you, when finally the Lord comes to destroy this earth, are you a Noah or a Lot? Will you move with your entire family? What are you raising? Are you gathering with God or you're scattering abroad? It's time to stop these petty fights we have in the house. Of, oh, you can't give me money for my hair. Wanaume wengine wananunulia mabibi zao manguo. We saini miaka 2 hujaninunulia hata nguo moja. Hey. That's enough to spark a battle in the house that will cause a separation. It will cause a separation. Mama nani ako na gari? Mi umekataa kuninunulia gari. Kwani wewe ni mtu wa familia ina gani? You don't challenge a man ati wewe kwani uko aje? You don't. Kitu ni moja, kama uweze kaa hapa, enda elda, angeenda au wewe. Si huko ndio unataka kuenda. Unashinda ukiniimbia elda angeenda hapa. Ni daktari unataka? Beba vitu yako, enda kwa nani? Kwa daktari. Ni daktari unataka. We make life difficult. I'm finishing. Allow me to do an excerpt in SOP. The servant of the Lord makes this statement that I love so much. This is a book, Adventist Home, that you can preach many sermons, but there's no better sermon as a well-ordered family. Listen carefully. One like this. One well-ordered, well-disciplined family tells more in behalf of Christianity than all the sermons that can be preached. Does it prick your heart? It does not matter what kind of speaker you will bring here from Australia, Canada, America, Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, Uganda. There is no better sermon than just one family in this church that is well ordered and well disciplined. Tells a lot in behalf of Christianity than all sermons ever preached. If you want to know the power of Christianity, you can only find it in a one family that is well disciplined and well ordered. It doesn't matter how powerful a preacher is. That is not enough to convince anyone that Christianity is something to subscribe to. If there is anything that can convince an unchristian out there that I can also be a Christian, is that I will have a well-ordered, well-disciplined what? Family. I'm asking, are you gathering with Christ or you are scattering abroad? When your neighbors look at your family, are they willing to buy Christianity? Are they willing? Someone is looking at herself and say, "Avile tulipagania kamba asubuhi." Are they willing to buy Christianity? What sermon are you preaching out there? Because who you are is more important than the Bible you carry. Who you are is a manifestation of the Bible you carry. You are the vehicle through which the gospel is transported. Not the Bible you carry. And do you know why people have lost faith in Christianity and are now moving into some Shakahola shrines? Because there's nothing they see in Christianity. Christians quarrel like any other person. Fight. Let me tell you, this institution marriage is not for Muslims. It is not for Buddhists. It is not for Hindus. This institution is purely for Christians. Because the originator is not some other person people worship. The originator is God himself. So at times when I hear people talk out here about marriage, I ask myself first, who is talking? I must, before I engage in a conversation, I must ask who is talking. Is this a non-believer? Is this an atheist? A church goer? A nominal Christian? This thing is not even for nominal Christians and church goers. This thing is purely for converts. True converts are the ones that understand how this thing operates, because they appreciate the divine principles that come with it and are willing to live in obedience to those principles. The rest, the Lord says, giniyawa dikode. Tunasindikiza watu. So I don't care how people would want to comment out there. I don't buy your comment for as long as I know you're not a true convert. Because this thing is not for non-believers. This thing is purely and solely for true converts. So when you say out there marriage cannot work, it depends on who you are. If you are just some funny person who has 40% stake in Christianity, 60% in the world, then of course it will never work. Are you gathering with God? Or you are scattering abroad? I don't know where my excerpt has gone. Allow me get it. It says this. Such a family gives evidence that the parents have been successful in following God's directions, and that their children will serve him in the church. Their influence grows. They don't need to speak, you just watch them. When you see their children in church, they're not running everywhere with Fanta and Coke and yogurt. Because their children have been taught not only how to pray, not only the duty of prayer, their children have been taught how to approach God. They know we are in the presence of who? Of God. They don't run aimlessly. Their lives, they don't speak much. Their lives are just seen and they are admired. So when I see a child control the mother, kaa pole pole. Nimesema unyamaze. Nyamaza. Nyamaza. And the mother says, shh. Alafu unabeba unapeleka chini ya mti huko. Alafu unasema, nataka yogurt ingine. And that woman is on toes. On Friday, you were supposed to prepare for Sabbath. You forgot to buy snacks. You have to pass through the supermarket Sabbath morning to get yogurt. Yani you can't say, itatosha, apana, itafika saa 4 anza kelele tena. You pick. Come with a child control. If a 1-year-old is controlling you now, do you think, how much control does that child have when he's a teenager? Because the child is raised knowing I can control my mother. Ukiona ameenda mbaya sana mpaka hata umeshindwa kumcontrol. Sasa the only way he knows he can be controlled is baba nyamaza. Sawa baba. Sawa baba. Baba nyamaza. That is the only language that boy knows. Baba. 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 Grows into an 18-year-old. The only language he knows is what? Baba. 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 Wants to marry. The only language he knows is what? Baba. Baba. Those are the children you're keeping in your homes. Finished university, cannot tarmac because baba. Kimwambia osha vyomba, mama mimi si maidi yako. Na basi utanikalia kwa nyumba yangu venye uko mkubwa hivi eti unakula peke yako. Mimi si kuambia unizae. And they are there in your house, 30 years, 35, not married, jobless. They cannot venture into the world like a man. Ekegusi we say by karakati. What is a karakati? Huh? What is karakati? To hustle. Mwanaume ni kuikarakati. Kiona kamwanya una karakati, unaingia hapo. Mwanaume angoji kuletewa. Mwanaume ni kuhustle. You know, your eyes is wide open, which is the next opportunity. Hata kama upendi political party fulani, politician is here. Na umeona kuna mwanya hapo. Unawacha ile nyingine unaekarakari, unaingia. Watu wanaongea, wewe bora umepata kitu ulikuwa unataka. Mwanaume ni kuekarakari. But look at the boys we are raising. Ati kameka mtoto yangu utapata kazi, utapata tu. Release your sons to the world to fight like other men. Achapwe huko na baridi kali. Afungiwe mlango 5 months. Mama wamefunga leo. Wewe ni mwanaume. Na hakuna pesa unatuma. Narudi nikupate nyumba yangu. Do you know we cannot raise our boys like that? And you know too well the spaces for the girl child are too many. Do you know that? Yeah. With a third gender rule. At a third gender rule, affirmative action. Today, a woman can easily get a job than a what? A man. I read some statistics for a company I will not reveal, where 90% of employees are women. Because they're looking for gender equality. If that statistics was to be generalized, then it means we have 10% men working, 90% at where? At home. Tell me where we are headed. And then you give birth to a son who understands being a man is sitting at where? Because my father sits at home. And we are okay fighting for gender. I have no problem women working. Don't mistaken me. Don't mistaken me. But don't let that deceptive agenda drive you to the point you neglect solemn home duties for a space that will bring you far too low than where God ordained you to be. You will lose your husband, lose your children.